Hey, this is Hajj Flemings, the brand man from Brand Camp University. I'm super excited to be with you today. And today we're going to talk about inspiration. We're going to talk about inspiration. But before we get started, I like to always start out with an athletic lesson, something that comes or ties back into my storied athletic history. And I'd like to better share something, a life lesson. I believe that there are life lessons that come from sports, even if you don't have the opportunity or didn't have the opportunity to be able to play at the level that I played at. For some of you, kindergarten or elementary school will be the height of your athletic career. And that's fine, and that's okay. For others, there will be high school. You'll be able to elevate your game and play at high school. For some of us who are more fortunate, had an opportunity to be able to go on and play in college. And then for those who are able to go to the next level, you're able to play in the pros. I didn't quite have that problem, but there's still some life lessons that I believe that we can truly learn from sports and we can learn from athletics. There is an athlete that most of us know if you follow basketball, and his name is Allen Iverson, who was a flat-out warrior. And watching Allen Iverson, there is an ultra-famous quote that he had, and it goes something like this: practice, practice. Allen Iverson was a gamer. When the lights were on, he was at his best. But based upon his own confession, practice wasn't something that he just lived for. But when the lights were on and when it counted, he obviously was there. So what I want to go over today is something that took years of development, putting in time to hone my craft, to develop. People talk about overnight success, but this isn't overnight success. This isn't something that you just wake up and all of a sudden you're able to do it on command. When you look at the greats like Kobe Bryant, me, Kevin Hart, LeBron, D-Wade, I mean, there's just certain things that we're able to do, but we're able to do it on command because we spent like hours and years working on and developing certain things that most people just will never be able to do, no matter how much time they put in, no matter how much coaching they get. It's like having that killer instinct. It's like either you have it or you don't. You can't go buy it. You can't just go muster it up. It's just some things you have and some things you just don't have. So I'm gonna put on some theme music, and then I'm going to show you something that took years to develop. It took years. So I'm getting ready to bring you behind the veil real quick and show you some of my trade secrets that I don't typically show, but that's why we're here, to be able to show some secrets. So I want you to brace yourself for this. All right, let me pause the theme music real quick. Okay, want you to be able to take a look at this. I know some of you are saying, what is that? Is that chicken scratch? My 2-year-old daughter could do that. And no, your 2-year-old daughter couldn't do this. This isn't just chicken scratch. This took years of development, years to be able to do what I just did. That's called an autograph. Now, where most of you get confused is that you just sign your name, frivolously, just sign it. But when you're a celebrity like me, and like some of my friends that I just mentioned, yeah, I said friends. We're friends on Facebook. We're friends on Twitter and Instagram. So we are actually friends, okay? A good autograph is something that cannot be easily replicated. I'm gonna say that again. A good autograph is one that cannot be easily replicated. We live in a time frame where there is identity theft, and there's a lot of things where people will take your identity. What I just showed you, collectively, is gonna save you millions of dollars. This lesson. So a signature is not easily replicated. This took years and years of development, and what I've shown you is something that's going to collectively save you millions of dollars. The next thing I want to show you, we're going to look at what most people would call a headset. This is not a headset. For personalities like myself, these right here are called blockers. So what we do is that we put blockers in, and when we get in an environment where there's a lot of people and we don't want to be bothered, then we act like we're listening to a song, or we call somebody that we probably don't even want to talk to, so that we can be preoccupied, so that when you see us, you're like, I can't go talk to him or her. Why? Because they're on the phone. So again, these are blockers. If these blockers do their job, then I don't have to do this, okay? So the autograph becomes a product of an ineffective use of the blockers. Sometimes it's a part of the job. If we're at the arena, or in certain environments, book signings and things like that, where we sign, those are things that are already commissioned and things that are already set up. But I wanted to show you that quick lesson from that particular standpoint. Now we're going to get into inspiration. I want to talk about inspiration real quick. In terms of creating your best work, I believe that there are a few things that I have found for me that have allowed me to be ultra creative, and things that allow me to be able to create interesting products and services. And part of it is working in a creative environment. Contrary to popular belief, I don't only work in Starbucks. I do work in Starbucks in the morning from time to time. There's a group of us that come in there, we talk, it's almost like cheers, and then we kind of disperse and kind of do our thing. But my office is in Detroit. So if you look out the window here, this is Woodward, right on the corner of Woodward and Willis. There's the Q line that's right here. We have a beautiful view. It's nighttime now, but it's a beautiful view. You can see someone getting out of their car and going to the Midtown liquor store at the corner. But again, great environment, allows me to be creative, allows me to be able to just do what I do, but to be able to experience it and to have a lot of fun and to be really relaxed in this environment. So I'm in my conference room here. We have an office, there's a gallery, there's a co-working space, a lot of great areas that we can kind of work out of. So part of being creative is identifying an environment that allows you to be creative and to create your best work. The next point that I want to bring up is going to be personal style. I wear suits to weddings and funerals, and to events where clients pay me a lot of money. So outside of that, you probably won't see me wearing a whole lot of suits. It's just not part of what makes me creative. So if you look at my jacket, which I think is kind of cool, very relaxed material. I can be extremely creative, and I don't feel as restricted. Next thing I want to show you are my kicks. So you can see my kicks. I'm gonna take them off real quick. I'm a Nike guy. So as you can see, I have my Nikes. I feel pretty creative when I have these on. So I love having creative shoes on. I'm gonna show you my socks. There's not a whole lot of things that men can wear that kind of set them apart, but having cool socks are a part of it. Those socks are by a company called Ministry, based out of Boston. Had a chance to connect with the founders. Really cool stuff. Love them. And then I have on pants. If you can see the logo, if we can find the logo right here. I don't know if we can see it or not. Bam! They're by Lululemon. I could actually run a marathon in these pants, literally. So part of me being creative is that I wear things that allow me to not be restricted, and just to feel really creative. It allows me to really create my best work because I'm really comfortable in what I'm wearing. So those 2 points are 2 critical points that are a part of it. Next is technology. Technology is important because it allows you to be able to connect with a world that is geographically dispersed. So I use tools like this mount, which is by Apparel. I want to thank Keith Dixon and I want to thank Sean Lee. They actually introduced me to this company, and I actually love this. So it allows me to be able to connect with my mobile devices. I also have my laptop, which I'll kind of show here. I'm an Apple guy. So technology allows me to also be in a mode of being creative. So I have my stand, I have my mobile devices, but then I also have a wireless keyboard. A wireless keyboard gives me a lot of freedom where I can sit wherever I want to. I can type into my mobile devices. I have a laptop, but it allows me to be ultra creative because now I'm in a more relaxed type setting. I want to show you a couple websites that also get me into the creative mode. One is Behance.net. So I like to scroll through and look at a lot of creative work and things that I see there. Another website that I want to take you to is design.blog, which is a website by John Maeda. It really is an extremely interesting website. It's a site that has stories about amazing people doing really cool things. And so it's really connected me virtually to a community of people that are doing like really cool stuff, really dope stuff that I've just never seen before, that weren't even on my radar. So those sites are important for me because it really helps me to be able to identify interesting stories, people doing really cool things. So today's lesson on inspiration for me is having a creative environment, a space that allows you to be able to create. For me, personal style is important. It allows you to be extremely creative. There's less restriction. I get in a more creative mode. It allows me to be able to perform better. Also technology, so a lot of the tools that I use. And also the internet. So wanted just to share that lesson about inspiration, where I get some of my inspiration from. Some people ask me where I work at, what are some of the things that inspire me, and I wanted to be able to share some of those things. So wanted you to be able to see that. And this is Hajj Flemings at Brand Camp University. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.